ways to participate, including assembling and decorating a float, walking alongside the float during the parade, and volunteering at a table. If you're interested in participating in any way, there is a sign-up sheet at the welcome desk, or you can email Jen Lacey. Some of you have already signed up via a Google form that was shared a few weeks ago, which is great. And now we have an announcement from Ellie Agnew.
Hello there. I want you to take a look around. Tell me what colors we're seeing, because I'm seeing white, beige, brown, yeah. Oh, black, that's a good one. You know what I'm not seeing on the walls specifically? Like, you're all colorful. The church is not. And so the youth group has a very wonderful plan. I don't know if you've ever heard of yarn bombing, but it's where you take yarn and you just absolutely decorate a space by making little things and putting it everywhere. That would be really cool. We need yarn. See, you guys can help out by donating yarn in those bins over there. We'll take it, we'll make cool stuff, and hey, if you want to help us, just come find me. We need the help. But, like, let's make our church cool.
Today is a special day in the annual cycle of our church. In the service today, we will be celebrating the Flower Communion, which is one of 2 Unitarian Universalist communions that we do throughout the year. Throughout the service, you'll learn more about the history of this ritual, and what you need to know now is that when you are called forward, you will simply come forward and take a flower. They're not in here yet, but they will be coming. We will have more than enough for everyone. Even if you didn't bring a flower, please come forward and participate in the communion and get a flower. After the service today is the annual business meeting, woohoo! Where we will celebrate our ministry over the last year, elect our new officials, and go over the budget. In order to make sure that we have a quorum, after the service, everyone will need to leave the sanctuary and get their coffee for a second. And in 15 minutes, we will call everyone back in and check your name off a list to make sure that we have a large enough portion of the congregation to vote. Everyone is welcome to come to the annual meeting, but only members can vote. And now I invite Norman forward to do the ringing bowl. Lynn Unger reminds us, such a gathering, the purple tongues of iris gawking out at spikes of lupine, the orange crepe face of poppies lifting over buttercup and daisy. Who can be grim in the face of such abundance? There is nothing to compare. No need for beauty to compete. The voluptuous rhododendron and the plain grass are equally filled with themselves, equally declare the miracles of color and form. This is what community looks like. This vibrant jostle stem by stem, declaring the marvelous joining. This is the face of communion, the incarnation once more gracefully resurrected from winter. Hold these things together in your sight. Purple, crimson, magenta, blue. You will be feasting on this long after the flowers are gone. Come, let us worship. Please rise as you're willing and able for our opening hymn, number 21 in the gray hymnal, For the Beauty of the Earth.
As Shannon comes forward to light our chalice, we invite you to join us as we recite our covenant. Let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church. Its quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Today's reading is from Rupi Kaur. Give me laugh lines and wrinkles. I want proof of the jokes we shared. Engrave the lines into my face like the roots of a tree that grow deeper with each passing year. I want sunspots as souvenirs for the beaches we laid on. I want to look like I was never afraid to let the world take me by the hand and show me what it's made of. I want to leave this place knowing I did something with my body other than trying to make it look perfect.
We come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person sitting next to you, reminding them and yourselves that we are gathered together in peace and in authenticity and in intention. We also come to this place to share our joys and sorrows. If you have a rare joy or a profound sorrow, please come forward and briefly share in 2 to 3 sentences and light a candle.
Hi, I'm Shannon Jonitz, and I have a 2-for-1. I have an extreme joy. Many of you who know Andrew, he proposed a week and a half ago, and she said yes, of course. So we're just going to make it official. She's already my daughter, not daughter-in-law, daughter. The second one is profoundly sad. Andrew's dad, David, has stage 4 kidney cancer. It came back after 8 years. It spread throughout his body. So he's had some major surgery. He's learned to walk again with a walker. He's got a back brace. He's doing chemo. He's doing all this stuff. So we're just please keep David and his wife Helena in their thoughts, in your prayers, whatever you do. Good energy out there. We love him. Just because he's my ex doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He's a wonderful guy. And we're just going to go for all the happy times that we can right now. So right now we're celebrating Andrew and Randy.
I'm Jennifer Nelson. As many of you know, I was laid off about 1.5 years ago, and I've had a tough time in my job search, but I'm lighting this candle of joy because I was running out of money, and I met with my financial advisor, and he told me, you can retire. So I am retired.
My name is Vicki Trott, and I'm lighting this candle of joy. Friday, we went to the hooding ceremony of our daughter-in-law who received her PhD at MU, and her daughter, our 7-month-old granddaughter, walked with her in the procession and was there as she was hooded. And her PhD is in cognitive neurology, which is kind of scary because she'll know when I lose my marbles.
I'm Alyssa, and I have a joy because I found out last week that my big KU bill has been finally paid off. And I only have an emergency room bill, but I'm going to apply for financial assistance to pay it off.
Today it's joy again for making a few true friends. That's
I'm Portia May, and I went back to school after 30 years of not being a student, and I was terrified, but I have gotten through my first semester with a 4.0.
Hi, I'm Connie, and I'm lighting a candle of joy. My wife got a job. We've survived the first week, and after being retired for 2 years, it was kind of hard, but we're grateful.
I light the 2 remaining candles for all the joys and sorrows that remain unspoken in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts. Please sing the response with me.
We hear your words. We witness your life in all of its heaviness, in all of its brilliance, and we carry your joys and sorrows in a shared heart.
Once, long ago in the land of the Czech Republic, maybe it wasn't then, in the year 1923, there once was a church full of people who did not yet know of what would come for them in the coming decades. In 1923, they had a minister named Reverend Chapek, who ministered from a place of simplicity and humanism, asserting the traditional Unitarian theology that Jesus was human, and therefore, humans have the power to bring incredible beauty and goodness into the world. Their church did not look much like a church. It had no bells, no spire, no stained glass. It had no organ to make beautiful music, no piano, no carvings of wood or stone, no candles or chalices. It had no flowers. Their services were also very plain and simple. Reverend Chapek spoke to the people while they listened, sitting quietly and still in their hard wooden chairs, which of course is another type of communion. When he was done speaking, the people would talk a little bit amongst themselves, and then they went home. That was their service. No candles, no coffee, no donuts. But one spring, while he was walking, an idea came to Reverend Chapek, and he asked all the people in the church to bring a flower or a budding branch or a twig the next Sunday. What kind, they asked. What color? What size? You choose, he said. Each of you choose what you like. And so the people came with flowers of all different colors and sizes and kinds. There were yellow daisies and red roses. There were white lilies and blue asters, dark-eyed pansies and light green leaves, and some twigs. Purple, crimson, magenta, blue. They gathered the flowers into a vase, and each came forward and took one home with them. And the people were feasting on this beauty long after the flowers were gone. Could the youth please come forward and take your flower communion stations? There will be 4 spots in the sanctuary, 1, 2, 3, 4, that you may come forward as Daniel plays music to receive your flower. Take a moment to gaze upon your flower, and let us meditate for one moment on just how connected we are to them. For too often we walk this earth in a daze, forgetting for weeks or even years how it is that we are frightfully alive. In truth, we are no less removed from the flower than the bee, no freer from the dirt than the worm. For let us not forget that it is from the flower that fruit is born. Poof, a fragrance and ingenuity and beauty and a touch of wing and fluff in the pansy's lifted skirt, and tomatoes grow round and juicy. Corn and peaches and wheat and potatoes all exist in your tummy because of a flower's call of beauty, like a trumpet, sounding out its plain and simple, exquisite self. I invite you to behold your flower. Notice it. What is it about this flower that you wouldn't really look at? Are there blemishes? Is the color rich? What are the leaves like? Have you ever seen such a leaf? In doing so, let us notice ourselves as well, your hands holding it, your hands plain and simple, exquisite selves, your fingers in your palms. Amy Zucker Morgenstern says, within the heart of the flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of the community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. Holy, holy, holy. Every communion has its own elements. When I was in seminary and it came for us to learn about communions, I remember that they had all the communions set up, including the flower communion. And I remember the teachers said, well, we can't really do the real communion in practice with the wine and the bread because it wouldn't really be the real communion. And then someone who was not a UU said, then why do you have a vase full of flowers? And that always stuck out to me. In our communion, we too have your body and your blood, your plain and simple, exquisite selves. The spark of life within you is indeed a necessary element for this communion. It is said that if you want to know what a community finds sacred, look to their elements. Our holy elements that we use are flowers, people, and water. We lift up the interdependent web of life as holy. But there is something in traditional Christian communion that I like to carry forward, and that is the language that during communion, you are communing with the body of the divine. Understanding your own body and self to be divine, calling out to us in this communion too, is the miracle that occurs with each of our lives. We undertake this communion as a form of remembering one's simple and exquisite self as is held in a wider net. The practice of sensing the body of the divine in the bright connections that surround you in the flowers and in turn in your own body. To sense for even a moment that on earth we are just briefly gorgeous, and to relocate our bodies down into the earth and bow before the deep oneness of the flower in you. To remember that every time you drink water, the earth has given you of its body. Each time you eat, the earth has given you of its body. To remember and turn our awareness towards the interdependent body of life in which your body is inextricably linked. So how dare you speak such harsh words over yourselves when you are not only brilliant, but as sacred as a bee, as exquisite as a flower? In his Simple Country Chapel, Dr. Chapek said, "These flowers are like ourselves, different colors and different shapes and different sizes, each needing different kinds of care, but each beautiful, each important and special in its own way." We must aim for this appreciation of ourselves and others in our hearts. We must know our true worth, for life will try us as I know it has tried you. In our dazed moments of disconnection, when life has become hazed and we've lost sight of our place in the family of things, we seek guidance from moments of communion. Indeed, Dr. Chapek's life came to a place of great sadness and despair, for his life ended in the way so many people's did in his time, 20 years later after his communion. He was put to death in Dachau in the Priester block for high treason of believing that Jesus was human, for locating the divine in each human body, each one beautiful, each important, and each special in its own way. While waiting to be put to death, Chapek wrote, "It is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals. Oh, blow ye winds into my body's fire, my soul you'll never unravel. Even though disappointed 1,000 times or fallen in the fight and everything would worthless seem, I have lived amidst eternity. Be grateful, my soul. My life was worth living." Let us then endeavor to keep living plain and simply and briefly gorgeous, to let your spirit call a call of beauty like a trumpet, sounding out your plain and simple, exquisite self as a fragrant, ingenious, and beautiful sound that is your own creative, sacred self, always announcing your place in the family of things. Holy, holy, holy.
The work of the church depends on us, our generosity of time, wisdom, and financial resources. We invite you to give generously to support the ongoing work of the church. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared values. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of the truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise, are you willing and able, for our closing hymn, number 11064, in the teal hymnal, Blue Boat Home.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry-land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all the kindred pilgrim souls, taking away by the light of that heaven, and our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the phantoms, never harbored the port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Well, it seems I've clear forgotten the meditative hymn. Oh well, okay, the singers say. This week, I invite you into communion with beauty and flowers, if your allergies can take it, and if they cannot, how could that happen for you? Could it be art? Could it be appreciation in some way indoors? Go in peace.